How you doing? Guess what time it is? It is time for the Ruby Girl Show. And as you can see, I'm live and my guest is live too. We are ready, ready, ready for tonight. And when I tell you, my guests have so much information to share with you. And I am so glad she finally made it on my show. Because when I tell you, she tried to get on my show. I think it was 2 weeks ago. I missed her email. We couldn't connect. Then when I actually met her in person, we couldn't connect, and we finally connect. And so finally tonight we are here. So I am Kay, your favorite Ruby girl, in case you didn't know. And so hey, 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 it's time for the Ruby Girl Talk. So tonight I have Dr. Daphney Phillip. When I tell you, she is the most amazing woman that you will ever want to meet. This woman is beyond educated, but her personality will just draw you in. So, hi, Dr. Daphney. How are you?
Hi. I am so honored. You described me as such a person. I had to look around to see who you were talking about. I'm like, oh, she's talking about me. Oh, that is so wonderful.
You know
I'm
you are
happy to see you.
wonderful. If I say wonderful, you know that's your middle name, Dr. Daphney W. Phillip, and the W stand for wonderful. So, Dr. Daphney, I want you to go on my page. I want you to find our video. You should see it now, and I want you to share it with those that are on your page. And so, while you do that, I'm gonna tell everybody about the brand Ruby Girl. So,
Yeah.
once again, my name is Kay, and I am your favorite Ruby Girl, and my brand comes from Proverbs 31 and 10. Who can find a virtuous woman for her price is far above the price of a ruby? So, ladies, that makes us rare, valuable, and virtuous. Oh my God, isn't that amazing that God will put that in the word so nobody can argue with us about our value? So, you can go to rubygirl.net and you can get a t-shirt. Yeah, you can get a t-shirt and you can rock the Ruby Girl brand. So let me tell you, when I put on my t-shirt, I feel like when Superman put on his cape. I feel like I could just do amazing things, that my past is behind me, my whole slate is clean. Every mistake that I make now is just something that I learned from. I don't allow it to hold me down. It's just something about being a Ruby girl. You know who you are and you have identified yourself in Christ. So go to rubygirl.net. This is the bling. And I have on, you probably can't see it, but I have on the vinyl. So we have two different shirts. You can get a bra wallet, you can get a hat, you can get a tote. You can be Ruby Girl from head to toe, y'all. I'm telling you. Well, not toe yet, but it's coming. All right. So go to rubygirl.net. And every Thursday is Ruby Girl Day. Dr. Daphney on Thursdays. I promote women. I put them out there. I play with y'all pictures a little bit to make it fun. And then I ask you to put your contact information. So that's the day you can connect with other women, business women, women that's going somewhere, women that got it going on every Thursday. And you get 15% off the rubygirl.net website. How wonderful is that? That's your day to shine. So I talked about myself, but it's not about me. It's about Dr. Daphney. So could you introduce yourself so we can get this party started?
Hi, everyone. As this wonderful Karen, like she said, this is our third time trying because her schedule, my schedule got conflicted. Her email got lost somewhere in spam. So, and we finally met. We got busy again because we were speaking at different times. She was in the afternoon, I was in the morning, and there was a lot of things going on. It was just a lot of fun. I am Dr. Daphney Phillip. I am an educator, certified math and STEM teacher. I am the CEO and founder of Parallelogram Institute, and I'm the creator of the movement Leading, Inspiring, and Innovation, which is the lead agency. And I have a couple of new things that's going on because I'm revamping my signature program. You'll hear about it later throughout this podcast. What I love educators, and I'm passionate about making sure that educators use their knowledge to make money with it, especially now because we just are burnt out. We are tired. We are not getting paid. We overworked more so than ever. And the landscape of education changed so much that it's making our job impossible to stay in the classroom. So as the podcast continue, you're gonna hear more about that. I'm a mother of a young man that's doing in engineering and Navy. I love to dance. I'm from the Caribbean, Haiti to be specific, but I love music from there. I like my food. I love my culture, right? And education is, I love especially math. Give me a dirt and a stick, I will teach it to you. You know, we don't need all this fanciness, but I'll take them. And I'm an early adopter of technology. I'm a technology nerd, not necessarily the coding part, but I'm an end user felicitator, and I test them. So I'm excited about this meeting, everyone.
Well, that was wonderful, Dr. Daphne. I learned something new about you. I didn't know that you had a child. I don't know why I thought you was just single and but
Because he's
with
grown
no
and
children.
grown. That's why he is grown
Ah,
and grown. I was waiting for him to grow and get out of my house so I could do what I need to do. It's my time now. He is grown and he's gone. Bye bye. The
grown
Navy
and
got
gone.
him. He's doing an engineering program, which he's always loved since he was younger. I love it. And my spirit, you know, I forgot to add, I'm very spiritual. You know, I love it. I stay in this space and I don't do anything outside of my creator for real, you know, as a
I
single.
like that. I like that. Not only are you an educator, but you are connected to God. So that gives you that special anointing. Because I just believe teachers have a calling on their lives because you're equipping children to go out and be great. How many people have said, "Well, my teacher said this," and they made me feel like I was great. Like Les Brown. Les Brown's whole life was changed by one teacher. He had all these bad teachers, and then his
Mhm.
one teacher just spoke life to him, told him, "You don't have to accept what people have labeled you as, and stop saying that you, what do you say, educational mentally retarded." You know. And so this one teacher changed his whole man life. If he had not met that teacher, he would have just walked around in a low spot. And so you have so much power. You have the power to steer them kids in any direction that they need to go. And so I admire teachers because to be in a room with 20 something plus kids
Nah,
for
33 to 35, depending on where
whew,
you are. There are
I
some
was trying to be
county, I'm in
nice.
a big county, our class sizes are very big.
Oh my God, I can't imagine. Put me in the school with three, in the class with three, and I'm like, And
You're
if what's
done,
so
right?
funny, doctor, it's gonna make you laugh. I went back to school for my master's. I was gonna get a master's in education because I love to teach. But I realized during the program I was so far behind because my degrees was in business. I had not worked in the school system, so I was like, this is something I should have did when I got my associates. So, and then we were going to the classroom, and I was like, I got to be in here with all these kids all day. I was like, I'm not that type of teacher. I'm not.
Yes,
So,
that's how it is.
so all right. So you are just fresh off the Sean Fair Leadership Experience tour. I mean, fresh. Like it's been 1 week and maybe 3 days. How was your experience on the tour?
It was everything I expected. You know how you meet someone and they offer you a platform, but on the bottom of your gut, you feel it's a perfect fit. So I sat and I prayed about my intention. I prayed ahead of time of the people that I'm going to connect. I said, God, you know who I need. You know how my personality, I like to collaborate. I have a ton of resources. I like to share. I like to serve. So I want to meet a group of people that we are pouring into each other in all facets of our lives. We're going to take time to build sort of strong foundation and friendship so that way our business is going to be effect or a result of our friendship and the stuff that we put in together.
Mhm.
When I actually got there, to see all the professionalism of the people in his team, number one. Number two, they were so patient. Number three, their kindness. You know, they uplift you, and the different speakers and different people there was not a spirit of competition or divisiveness or side eyes. They were none of that. All the women are very strong. They know their business. They show up on time. Number one, customer service, all the great things that will make an environment full of love and compassion and welcoming and inclusive. It it was 10 times more than that. And I did get a group of women that we collaborating with. We have not stopped talking. We speak every morning throughout the day since, even though we're busy, we send a quick chat. We've been on Zoom, helping each other move forward because some of the staff resources that was given to us as part of the leadership team, you need to go through that because it's a lot of information
Mhm.
and you want to do it in a way that it impact your business in a positive way. Because when you new business and you new at a place, you don't want to be the thirsty, I don't know the other way, meaning that you are so eager that you take everything in and you make a mistake out of your eagerness. So this time around, we are using each other as soundboard. You know, what do you think about this? And then they ask you a question. Well, how does it fit in your business? How does it fit with you? How does it fit to your life? So this series of questions would help you sit down and focus on how to make a decision. As a CEO of a company, you have to think as a CEO. You just not, this is not a side hustle, this is not side business. I'm a CEO and a founder of a business that's in charge of people, charge of money, in charge of operation, in charge of sales, in charge of marketing. So every decision you make, you have to look at how it impact those areas in your life, you know.
Mhm.
So it's nice to have people that I could do that with. So
And you
it
know what?
really exceeded my expectation.
This is like my second time on tour. And I can say the first time I didn't know what to expect. And it blew my mind too. I got way more than what I ever expected to get. I thought it was just gonna be about I got your money, we're gonna put you on stage. It was deeper than that because
Right.
Sean and his team really wanted us to win. It wasn't about okay, you paid your money or whatever, and we're just gonna put you on stage. It wasn't about that at all.
No.
Not at all. It was
It's
about
a,
him
yeah.
really caring about us as speakers and our career, and everything he has given us and taught us is for us to win and to really get in and start doing what he's doing. He's trying to duplicate himself in us. And I loved it. And like you
And I
said, you
love it
formed a
too.
bond.
You know how sometimes I've done it, you've done it, and other people, you're going to continue to do it. Because I think we decide to go with specific coaches, specific courses, specific project based on where you are in your mind and your emotion at the time. So there's no way I could warn you off of that
Yeah.
because you're gonna get gravitated toward what you need at the moment. So with that being said, I spent lots of money to get coaches as an entrepreneur because I'm coming from a classroom experience. I got skills. I already know that I got resources. I know that I got tips, discipline. I have all what it takes to be successful, but I needed a who to help me shortcut that process. And
Yes.
sometimes the who at the moment seems good, but a months down the line, as you grow, you realize, I could have done better.
Hmm.
Meeting Sean and his team is the better for me now. So I had some stuff already, the place, they were all over the place. I was doing good. I served my client, but not at the capacity that I'm going to be able to do now because
Hmm.
of the resources and the system that he's sharing with us and how to set it all up. And I'm really looking forward to how I'm going to grow because if we grow, he grows. If
Yeah.
we're successful, he's successful, and he's putting his name on the line.
Yeah.
He's not doing a software. He's not doing it. He's literally using his name on the line to make sure that we are successful.
And that's what I love about Sean.
Right.
Sean really pours into those that are his speakers. I was excited that I was invited back because the first time I spoke, I was like, wow, I really want to come back because, I had formed a bond with everybody. It was a great experience. And so when he said that those that had spoke before could come back, I was so excited because I was like, I can repeat this
Yes.
process again. I could be around the same people. So if you're out there, and you don't have to be a speaker, but if you are a business owner, if you're
This is
an author, if you're somebody that want to take your business to the next level, you need to connect with Sean, SHAWN Fair. Connect with him because he'll help you and teach you how to talk about your business, how to
Mhm.
sell products from the stage, and how to take your business to the next level. If you want to, if you like, my business is right here. So, like, as Sean gave me advice and told me, he said, your business might be right here and it's good, but eventually it's going to go here. You have to keep building your business up, or else it'll just go down on its own. So
And
I
that's what I
think,
like.
yes, and that's what I liked about. He took the time with me and had a big brother talk with me about my business. He didn't have to. He didn't have to care about me, But Sean is that type of person. So now that you have entered, now you're in this speaker environment. What doors do you think it open for you? You talked a little bit about the connections that you have with other women now that you can talk to them about what about this, what about that, and they can give you an honest opinion. But what other doors do you think it opened for you?
Well, number one, I got a platform. I'm in a mix of expert and gurus and influencers that's doing this a lot longer than I am. That know how to work in the public sector and how to run a business at upscale of million and above. You understand? So I'm working with Shay Brown, who's excellent sales system. I met with him. I'm working with him to create a system that's going to make my customer journey a lot smoother than when I had it before, which is very key to me. Because I want when my people coming in, I don't want to treat you like, here's what you want. Thank you so much. Sending you some woo-hoo letters. I love you. But you really don't get access to me. You don't get to talk to me. I don't get to see your journey. I don't get to make sure that you're successful, which is why I became a business owner. Is I wanted to be part of your success. I want to see you on the stage. I want to walk with you on the stage. I want to walk you there, right? And meeting some of those people that have this system in place that actually made that journey, my dream come true, is one of the things that I have. So some of the doors is to work with influencers, is to work with people that have system where they could upscale their business to $1 million and above. I'm having some great marketing being done, by Larry Miller. They have the pictures and the digital designers. I would not have access to all of this. My bio is going to be done as an expertise level. I could take it and go to any event. Like you said, Sean put me in front of corporate companies where I could train on leadership, especially the educational technology sector. Some of these people need consulting and know why you're designing something and how does it make the life of the teacher
Uh-huh.
better. A lot of folks focus on the student. They say they're focusing on the teachers, not really. I could tell by how it doesn't fit into our day to day. It doesn't become part of our routine because they didn't think of the educator first, then the student. Sometimes I could see that that's missing. So the door that opened to me is to be able to work with some of those companies and be their consultant and go through what is a day in the life of a teacher. Sometimes they just need to
Mm.
do that.
And you know what? I think we have a lot of misconceptions about teachers, and we concentrate so much on the students. The students is the most important. It's all about the students, but it's not. That teacher has to be right so that the students can be right. It's just like leadership.
Right.
You're leading those children, so we need you to be in the right frame of mind to know how to lead them. It's a lot. It's just that you don't stand in front of the classroom, look at a book, and just recite. It's more to it. You pour a lot into those children, but it's like a job that's like so overlooked when y'all have the, like I say,
Overrated.
the most important job. So guess what time it is, Dr. Daphne? It's
What time is
time.
it, Karen?
It's time for your 60-second pitch. So while you're doing your 60-second pitch, I want everybody to share this. I want you to give her some hearts as she do her 60-second
Yes.
pitch.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm going to look on Facebook and see what people are saying about us. So Miss Daphne, do you think you're ready for the
I'm
biggest
always
moment of your
ready.
life?
I'm always ready. I'm always ready
Go
because
right
I'm leading
ahead.
from the heart, so I'm always ready.
Go ahead, Dr.
That's
Daphne.
why everybody, I am so glad you tuned in to Ruby Girl because she is wonderful when I met her. What I do is I work with teachers that love teaching, but they hate their job, as you heard us talked about, because they are overworked, they burn out and underpaid because with class sizes, students' behavior, complex disruptive learning disabilities, language barrier, disrespectful from students, disrespectful from parents. It's making our job very impossible to stay in the classroom. That's why you're seeing the exodus of teachers leaving the profession. Well, guess what I do is I work with those schools. I will work with you to make sure that you could leverage what you already know to set up a business. I create a 5-step process where you could do that very quickly. I'll be there with you and easily. My ask is that you join my teachers group where it says teachers, the world is your classroom. So if you go on Facebook, you do a search, you're going to see teacher as a boss. That's the link probably going to be shared with you in this live right now. And also have a YouTube channel where I set it up. You could see it. It's the same thing where I set up tips, tools, and resources to help you notice the transition, how you come from your classroom into setting up a business. You already know how to build relationship, which is important in business, customer relationship. You already know how to sell. We are natural sales. Don't shine away, don't back up, don't throw your hand. You are a natural salesperson, right? And you know how to do data analysis. We could look at data on students every day. You already know about networking. We do it in the summer. We're supposed to have off, but we are learning. We're sitting in somebody's classroom. And you already know about branding, which is your reputation follows you. So all of those things you already possess is what I'm going to use for you to set up your business very quickly. So reach out to me on social media under my name and Twitter and LinkedIn. Only in Instagram, I'm Dr. Daphney Phillip, but come on, reach out to me quickly if you want to leverage what you already know to set up your business.
All
Yes.
right. All right. Now, did you need them to text you anything?
Yes, I would definitely want you to text at 1-877. There's a number that I want to 1-877-324-4417. Right? When you do that, you're gonna text give me 5, and that's gonna help you get a copy of my framework. So it's 1-877-324, I'm sorry, 4417. Text give me 5. Once you do that, you should get a copy of my framework and I'm gonna help you set up your business for yourself, leveraging what you already know. I guess everybody can do it, but guess what? My world is educators, so I love them. That's my ideal client.
You see me, I'm over here texting it too. So I put
Yes.
it in the chat. If y'all look, you'll see it in the chat. I put it in the section.
Right.
Also, her Instagram
It's one
information.
word. It's the word 5, not the number. So give me FIVE, one word to that number, and you should get a copy of my 5-step process. That's the name of my framework. All I
All
need is
right.
5.
High
Give
five, high
5.
five. Give me
High five,
5.
everybody. Yes. Keeping
Great
it
job,
simple.
great job, Dr.
Yes.
Daphne. So
Thank
let
you.
me tell
Thank
you
you.
what they're saying on social media. So we got Johanna. She said,
Johanna.
good evening from the Virgin Islands, everyone. Hey, Johanna.
Hi,
She's just
Johanna.
such a sweetheart. Oh my gosh,
Yes,
she is
she
so
is.
amazing.
Yes,
Then
yes.
we got Marcia. She's watching. Hey,
Hi,
Marcia.
Dr. Whitaker.
Marietta Mills is watching. We have Kisma. Hey,
Yeah. Hey,
Kisma.
Kisma.
Hey,
She's
girl.
awake. It's kind of late.
Yeah, Kisma. And then we have Katrina. Katrina was on the tour with me in June. Me
Okay.
and her rocked the stage. And so
Okay.
she said, you two were absolutely awesome at the Leadership Experience Tour with
Thank
Sean
you.
Fair. The
Thank
tour is an amazing experience. I'm telling you,
you.
if you
Yeah.
go on that tour and you talking about, well, I didn't have this, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Something wrong with you
I know
because
the
that
what you were looking for. You missed the whole thing.
yeah,
You know,
I don't know what you was doing that you
I,
did not have
I
a
don't
good
know
time.
either.
It's something wrong with you. But there's no way you can be a part of the Sean Fair leadership experience and you don't walk away with your life changed. Because the first time I spoke, I walked away and I released my past. Everything that happened in my past, I was excited that it happened because it gave me a story. But it
Right.
was his stage, his platform, him giving me
Right.
an opportunity on his platform, enable that to happen. But you now, as you told us, you are an educator. You've been an educator for a large number of years, over 20 years.
Right.
So what made you decide to try something new?
Oh, well, there were 3 things. But there are a lot that happened
Mm-hmm.
that kind of add up to get to the point where I'm just like, I'm done with the classroom. I'm going to be in business. First, I've always wanted to be in business because I like my independent. I like
Okay.
my own time. I like to do what I want to do when I wanted to do it. I like to decide how much money I make. But because as a child, you get programmed to follow the job line because that's what people in your family did. So I followed along. That's the first, reason why I stayed away from it so long. Second, I went to get a PhD. It's not for accolade. I wanted to earn more money. The way
Mhm.
you earn more money is to get to the next salary lane and teacher is you get more education.
Okay.
Because if you're waiting in the union, sometimes you don't get raised, sometimes you don't. So it was taking too long for me to get a little bit more money. I went.
Okay.
However, after finishing, because of my student loan, that didn't do anything for me. I got the paper, but it came with a high debt, 260,000 plus debt. So
Wow.
I had more debt. My debt and income equal. So it's as if I didn't do anything. So the raise that I got it didn't move me forward at all. And the last reason is the way education is changing. I do not want to be in front of young people, first of all, cursing, disrespectful. When you call the parents on it, you get some more verbal abuse. I do not have it in me to sit and allow 11 and 12-year-old calling me out of my name. I'm not make up that way. You
Mm-mm.
can't call me out my name. You
Mm-mm.
can't be disrespectful. And I'm not gonna punish you. I'm not punitive in a sense. I'm a relationship with oriented. I see the best in you, but I have expectation of you. I'm getting you ready for the real world, especially for my boys, my black boys, my Hispanic boys. When they meet somebody like me that's consistent with the expectation and that hold them accountable, that doesn't sit well with them. With the day and age where young people are convinced that they're in charge. We are poor children. Where I was growing up, it was poor parents. I'm okay with the poor children part because it's really necessary, but they need some training on how to be respectful. And
Yes.
since I'm one person, I'm the one that seemed to be out of line, out of place. Guess what? I'm going to take my out of line, out of place behind, out of the classroom and go do what I wanted to do to begin with. And that's what I did. It's just too crazy for me. Education is not fun. I'm ordained. Some of us who got gift to be teachers,
Mhm.
we do it. We're the nurse, we're the banker, we're the friend. We don't want the children look for in the school building when something's wrong with them. We are the one that burn out quickly because everybody come to you.
Mm.
The more you handle your business, you get the hard students. The more you do with other
Mm.
people, like everything else, but with education, that people don't realize you plan minimum 2 hours per students that you have on your roster. And some of us are rocking 150, close to 150 students a day. Can no other career said they see 150 people a day?
Wow. I never thought about that. We just think 30,
Yeah, no, you can
but once you add up the
30.
five
Let's
periods,
yeah,
you're
but it's
right.
5 courses we're teaching on a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's 5 courses that we teach. We have 5 classes, and even if it's 25, that's still there's no profession that see that number of people daily you interacting,
Wow.
and that doesn't count for your colleague. That doesn't count for the 1, 2 parent. Don't let the house be crazy. So it's just too much. I was burned out, and
That's
in
a
my
lot.
last
That's a
position
lot.
and working as a staff development teacher and dealing with those people, they weren't very friendly. I didn't like them. They don't like me. That put me the top. It put me over. Like, yeah, okay, I'm done with y'all. I
And
really
it's
did.
sad because you could tell that you're a good teacher and you have a heart for what you do and a passion. It's not just like, oh, I'm gonna do this profession because it's easy or something. It's because you had a heart for it. And I understand about the kids. Children are different now. With
Mhm,
us, we were scared of adults.
mhm.
We did not disrespect. We were taught you do not call an adult by their first name. So our
Right.
cousins became aunts and uncle. We didn't call,
Mhm.
or we say cousin. Like I had a cousin. I was like cousin this, cousin that. We
Right.
never called an adult by their first name. We were taught to
Exactly.
respect. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. But when I was raised in Mississippi, but when I got up here, I was told you don't have to say yes, ma'am. You don't have to say no, ma'am. So it was like, take the love. You can call me by my first name. And even now, I feel a little weird when a child calls me by my first name. I want to say, you can call me Miss K. Don't call
I
me by
make
my
them call
first
me
name.
Miss K. I don't know who
You
they
know?
are. They're not related to me. And I said,
Yeah.
well, I put a miss in there, Miss Daphne, Miss. And if, what I like, what's frustrating me is the so-called young parent. When you're trying to decide, no, they could call you Daphne. I say, no, they cannot. We don't have to be friends. No, they cannot.
Yeah, and that's where it comes in because I knew grown-ups was not my friends. I did
Right,
not play with them. I knew there was a boundary that I couldn't cross. But these parents are not teaching their children boundaries. They're like, oh, we want them to do anything, everything. No, life is about boundaries. Even us as adults, we have boundaries. We have a time we have to be at work. We
right.
have things we have to do. Nobody lives without boundaries unless you're living in the woods. And even then, you got
The
boundaries that
tree,
you
one tree
living
is here,
in.
one tree is over there. The water
Yeah.
harvest online, the rock harvest online. See, that's the thing. I'm always so confused. Adults accept that we have boundaries, we have standard, we have lines, rules and regulation to follow, but you're against your child follow rules and regulation. That doesn't make sense to me this day and age. And all this confusion is just I've been mad with God for a very long time until I decided, because he made me a teacher. I was mad at him. I'm like, you gave me a miser skills. Why couldn't you make me a software engineer? Why couldn't you make me a doctor? Because I could find the latest cure for something. But you made me a teacher, a profession no one really respect. It's like,
Uh,
I don't get it. It's like, what do
but
you
you
want me
got to
to
think
do?
about it. Jesus
I
was
know
a
I'm over it
carpenter.
now.
I
I'm
know, but I'm
over it
saying
now.
he
It's
was
like,
a carpenter. That wasn't, anything like big back then.
yeah,
But
but when
but your
you
gift is powerful though. Your great gift reaches millions of people. That one student that you turn his life around, think of all the people that he touched and what he becomes and what he does. That's from you. Those are seeds that you plant. So you're a seed planter. Some of the kids spit out them seeds. They reject your seed, but then some of them take them, they cultivate them, and they grow and they become successful. So you know how the odds are. Out of 100, maybe two would be successful. But your gift, like it says, make room for you. And so because you're so smart, you're so educated, and like you said, you can help other teachers. Now there's people that stuck. Now Moses, Dr. Daphne Moses, we're changing that initial all over again. It's an M. Now you can go back and pull them educators out or teach them how to
yes.
not to be able to do something on the side that they really, really feel good about. You standing in front of the kids, and I know they want the kids to learn, but then it's got to be something that you can do that you really enjoy. But you're right. Parents are different now. And somebody said they're training their child up and teaching them
And they
just
will.
like they have been taught. There was nothing wrong with our parents. They were strict. They were very strict. They didn't play. They would smack you upside your head, your mouth, whatever. You a child, you stay in your place. And we thought they were so mean. We thought
I
they
did
were
that with
so
my
evil.
son. I did that with my son.
Yeah, but now that we're grown, we understand like, okay, you had to be this way with me. That's why I can respect people. That's why I know to be timely. That's how I'm a hard worker. And you think about it, God does us the same way. God does not, if he don't soft parent us, he tells us we got to go through trials. We got to
Right,
go through tribulation. We got to wait on him. So
right.
we got to
It
do
took
the
me a
same with our
long
kids.
time. I'm not gonna talk. It took me to about a few years ago to actually throw in and then say, okay, God, I'm gonna accept the gift that you gave me as an educator, because you must have known what you were doing. And then soon after, once I relinquished control and allow him to lead, some things start to get better and some things just got worse. You know how the enemy worked. I
Oh,
didn't care, so I just continued to where I'm at this space right now that I'm glad that I'm an educator, because
yes.
I could educate, I could have resources, I could help everybody. Because my heart is for teach. People really don't know. Those of us who are gifted, yes, I've made mistakes. I've said things to young people before that I regret and vice versa. And because I'm gifted and I understood the power, how I heard that young person, but I can't take it back. I am talking to gifted teachers, the people that show up early and leave late, the one that have snacks and food in a room for that special child that don't have food, the one that gone shopping, the one that you have some teachers and some student life. That's the source of hope and expectation. Those are the educators that I want to connect with because they serve with their heart. So when they come to a business, guess what? They're going to do the same thing. They're going to bring their heart. They're going to bring their discipline. They're going to bring that dedication. They're going to bring all of that with them. So to me, business owners who are looking to outsource and that's, things, that's why I want to teach the educate. You have skills. You may not know it. I have a process that's going to help you find out what skills you have that you love, that you do with your eye closed, then you could set up a business and we're going to connect you with other business that's looking for you. Because if more people serve with their heart, we wouldn't have all these problems, or it will be less. You
Yeah,
understand?
I
So
agree.
don't get rid of your especially if you're 40 and above, that you're in that funny time, you're about to retire, and you look around and you're like, oh my God, what I'm going to do? Come connect with me. We could talk about that and show you how. There's no need to just, shy away. Or you could set up the process now, and when you're ready, you just jump right in. We're walking across the bridge. You don't have to take a leap for no reason.
I love that. We're walking across the bridge.
Walking across the
So Kismet said you are a teacherpreneur.
is
I
that a
like
word?
that. It is now.
Oh,
If
okay.
she put a hashtag in front of it, it is a word now.
It's a word
Okay.
now. Well, my business now, I was going to go, I will talk about it later. One is Teachers Business Academy. That's what I'm revamping. Those are some of the things that we're
Oh,
coming out with, is so we make it easy for them to connect. It's not just, other people may come because the process is simple, but it's for me, it's Teachers Business Academy that I have coming.
okay. So that is awesome. You have Teachers Academy coming, you revamping things, you're working with people, with teachers, and you're showing them their skill set, how they can turn it into entrepreneurship, into a business, and then you're able to connect them. That's awesome. But
Right,
Constance said, when we were talking about the children, she said that's the problem, is that they don't have boundaries. And respect gives you boundaries.
right,
So this is your quote. I have to quote you this because you know I told you I loved it. It said, if you take a leap of faith, you better know what is at the bottom. Am I right? Yep.
right.
What is at the bottom? If you take a leap of faith, you better know what's at the bottom. So tell us just a little bit about that.
It was with my own history because I have the personality when I want to learn something, I
Mhm.
go in fully immersed. That wasn't a good move for business. You understand, when you do stuff like that in business, you lose a lot of money, lose a lot of time, and you get discouraged. So yes, taking a leap of faith is when you jump from one end to the other side. So you want to make sure that leap of faith, you know what's going to be in the bottom. Because if you jump and you miss the target, you want to know what you're going to fall into. You're going to fall in rapid water. You're going to fall into the jaw of a crocodile, meaning failure, more and more failure, to the point that you are so beat down. You lose your dream, you lose your money, you lose your shirt, you lose everything, and you become angry, and you give up altogether. So that's the stuff in the bottom. So sometimes when you do that, try to do your best to have a parachute so that way you could navigate where you land. Okay, so that's when I said that to myself, because that's for my own experience, because I took a leap of faith and I didn't look what was in the bottom. But again, because I'm an educator, I know how to make the best out of nothing. So all the bruises and all the way I felt, the different jaws that I fell in the rapid water, I just learned how to swim in the middle of the rapid water. So
And see, that's how millionaires are.
yeah,
They say once you make your first million,
yeah,
that's it. If you lose it, you know the steps to make it again. So once you reach a certain status, a plateau, even financially, you know how to repeat. So that's why you always have to just keep going up, aiming
right.
high. But you're right. A lot of entrepreneurs move from their job. They like, I'm about to take a leap of faith. And then
And
they
they,
land somewhere that they like, I didn't think I was gonna land here. It takes planning. People don't, I think a lot of people really don't understand what it means to take a leap of faith or to walk by faith.
mhm,
Sometimes we think it's some kind of supernatural
right.
power. Like if I leave my
I
job, God
did.
is gonna take care of
I
me.
did.
He's gonna make provision, but it don't work like that. You gotta
No,
have a
it doesn't
plan.
work like
You
that.
gotta understand where your income is coming from. The leap of faith is moving from this, like you said on the bridge,
You're
is
walking
moving
across the
from,
bridge. Yeah.
yes, it's walking across this bridge. It's not trying to leap over to the other side. You have to build a bridge, and the bridge got to be planted. It's got to be listening to God. First of all, let me back up. It's got to be, I got to hear from God that He's telling me to do this. Then there's the planning. And then you still have to make
And you have
provision.
coaches, you need coaches. I know a lot of people thinking, yes, there's a lot of coaches. That's not going to be oversaturated ever because you are unique. The way you
Mhm,
learn is unique. Your situation is unique. So there's a coach for you. You
mm,
know, each coach is look at the different aspect of your life differently. It's not a pitch. I was one of the why I have to spend all that money. And I realized the purpose of a coach because they shortcut the stuff that I said, leaping. Somebody can they could say that to you all day
mhm,
long. It's not until you
mhm.
actually do it, say, oh my God, I need some help. And
Yeah.
then guess what you look for? You look for a coach.
But you think about it, a team, imagine football with no coach. They would
Right,
be out there just running and hitting each other and everything. So a coach gives them direction. A
right,
coach gives them winning strategies. And
yeah,
that's just like a life coach, a financial coach. Like I have a branding coach, she gives me strategies. She gives
right.
me different ideas and stuff. So yes, ladies, it's okay if you get a coach. It's all right.
Yes, you get a
So
blueprint too. You get a game
yes,
plan.
yes,
Because if
that's
you notice
it.
at the Super Bowl, there's a game plan, and the people, the team members got to memorize it. So when the coach called the play, they got to be ready to go, and that's how you win. You can't coach yourself. I don't care. You cannot coach yourself because you're in your own brain.
Mm,
So that's what people. You just got to take your time again. What I learned from my experience when I took my leap of faith, I started. I'm not. Oh, I need a parachute. So what I will do with my clients that I've done already is to build. We're building a bridge. You don't need to leap. You
okay.
understand what I'm saying? Leap of faith is just saying that you have a plan to go from where you are to the other side. So we could build a bridge because you still
Mm-hmm.
have to build. Some bridges are small, some bridges are long, and you got to walk and build the next step. You got to walk, build the next step. You're not building a bridge from out on the other side. You don't know how long it's going to take.
Mm-hmm.
You know
You're right.
that it's all action oriented. It's faith first and action later. You got to give God like you something to bless. As a
Mm.
farmer, some of you, if you put a seed in the soil, you can't just want an apple tree and then put no seed. I don't care how you manifest that, you're not gonna get it.
I think we forget it's some works
There's some
with our
work.
faith. You got it. I don't care what it is, it's some works with your faith. But a lot of people, God's gonna heal me, but they won't take medicine, they won't take care of themselves. They're just sitting there. And I'm like, if you look in the Bible, I think about Naaman. When he had went to the prophet to get healed from leprosy, and he didn't even come to the door. He said, "Tell him go on down there to Jordan and wash, and he'd be all right." And he was like, I thought he was going to do this. I thought he was going to come out.
Right.
He was going to speak this. He was going to do. So there's a lot of us that have that naming in us that I thought God, when I took this leap, God was just going to supernatural checks was
I
going to go in the
did.
mail. Yeah, So we
I
have to be real about faith.
did.
Okay. We have to be real and put the works with it. Because yeah, the prophet could have came to the door and did all that. But then sometimes it's some stuff that we have to do. So, all right, Dr. Daphne, we're almost out of time. Girl, I enjoyed talking to
Yes,
you.
me too. I love it.
I got to bring you back. I got to bring you back. You and some more ladies. Maybe I do just like a group thing so we
Oh
could sit, we could
yes.
chat. That would be fun. That would be fun. So I'm going to give you
Definitely.
2 minutes before we leave. You can say anything you want to say, but we getting some great comments. They're
Yes.
saying powerful statements. This is deep, great perspective. Coaches are important, and hashtag blueprint. So go ahead, Dr. Daphne. You have 2 minutes, girl.
Hi again, you guys. You've heard my plea for my educators. If you know any educators and you know where their heart is and they have a desire to set up a business, but they don't know exactly what and how, have them connect with me. As I said earlier, I have a 5-step process. Miss Karen put the number 1-877-324-4417. Text me, give me five, which is FIVE, one word. You're gonna get a copy of the framework. I'm gonna do that. I have a signature program that I've been revamping since, guess what? Because of the people I met in Sean Fair. So I was able to create a Teachers Business Academy where you're going to get that process. Going to come from how I work with you, from where you get started to make sure that you're successful. We're going to provide you with resources. We're going to provide with a tribe of people like-minded. We're going to provide with expert people that's going to show you, going to help you build your bridge Guess what? You have to be the one building it. I'm going to give you the resources. I'm going to be there with you, showing you exactly where to lay each brick, where to lay each plant, the wood or however, to make it basic at the beginning. But by the time you finish, you could make it as fancy, meaning you could be a multimillionaire, or you could build it just to earn some extra money to go on vacation, some extra money to pay out the debt. That's why I'm in this business, is to get rid of my student school loans. To do that first and take care of my mom. And then later on, after all that stuff, and then I'm gonna have some fun. I love dresses, so I'm gonna do that. Guess what though? Educators, you lead with your heart. You lead by you inspiring the young people to find the best in them. You look for the best in you people that you're dealing with. And you constantly find a way to innovate your teaching because you want to be relevant. You will take that same set of skills into your business. It's nothing new. You don't have to go back and get another degree. You have everything already seated, ready to go. Guess what though? If you're still teaching after COVID, what's happening in education? We were building a boat while we were in it. We have so many different things. So you already have experience what it's like to be in something while you're building it. So we're going to take all of that and we're going to just make it work for you. I'll give you opportunity to set up your time, choose what you want to do with it, work with the people you want to work with, solve the problem you want to solve with. And then with that, all those choices, you're going to earn the money you want to work. Why are you having fun? Why are you loving what you're doing? Again, keep an eye out for Teachers Business Academy. That should be coming in the next 45 days. Once you text me at 1-877-324-4417, give me 5. You have a copy with the framework. It has my contact information in it. Or you could connect with me on social media. I'm on Facebook here under Daphney Phillip. I am LinkedIn, Twitter under Daphney Phillip. On Instagram, I'm under Dr. Daphney Phillip. Join my Facebook group that's free right now. It's called Teachers or Your Classroom is Your, the World is Your Classroom. So look for Teachers Be a Boss. That's the address. Other than that, you guys, I'm looking forward to it. I'm here to serve with you. We're going to take this journey together. You're not alone. So let me be your guide as you are figuring out and picturing your destination. You think what you look like at the last part of your life. Where are you? What are you doing? Are you by the beach like I am? Are you with family smiling, enjoying it like I am? Let me be your guide. Let me show you how to get there quickly. Connect with me as soon as you can. Thank you.
That was great. Sean would be so proud of you.
Keep hearing me.
Sean would be so proud of you. So, Dr. Daphne, I want the viewers to share this information with those that they know are teachers. Everybody know a teacher. So
Right.
share this information with a teacher because I'm quite sure with this after COVID, this during COVID, that a lot of teachers are rethinking what they're doing because it was hard on the teachers. It was
Yes,
hard on
still
the
is.
students, but it was hard on the teachers because they had to be creative. And like I said, you basically on almost like TV entertaining the children, so it had to be hard. But I want to say to all the teachers out there, as we close out tonight, I want to thank you for sharing your gift. I want to thank you for speaking life into me and to everybody that's out there. I want you to thank you for telling us that we can be successful and then you teaching us how to be successful. We wouldn't be able to read without you. We wouldn't be able to write without you. We wouldn't be able to put a sentence without you. And so we wouldn't be able to see the world, read a book and understand, hey, it's people over in this country, but without teachers. So teachers, you are important. Even if people don't treat you like you are important, I want you to know that you are important to the growth of every person that you come in contact with. You have a gift that everybody else don't have. You have the desire to continuously learn and then continuously share it with others. And so tonight, as we talk with Dr. Daphne, she said there are some teachers out there that's looking for a little bit more than the classroom. They're looking to use their skills to make money with. And there's nothing wrong with that. God gave you that talent. Like a friend said, she said, it's okay to make a difference and get $1 at the same time. And,
Yes,
and I love that phrase. I love that phrase. So you got to understand you're not, God gave you this gift so it can make room for you. And part of that room can be financially. You
yes,
don't have to struggle. There are so many ways that teachers can generate income on the side. And so Dr. Daphne wants to show you some of those ways. She want to help you with some of those ways and walk you through it. So you need to reach out to her. Like she said, you can find her on Facebook. You can find her on Instagram. I'll put her information in this post. So please, viewers, if you're watching, share, share, share. And I know you might not be an educator, but you're thinking the same thing. Like, okay, what's my next? What can I do?
Right,
I
right.
have my skills in this job. Can I take it and become a virtual assistant? Can I take these skills and become a consultant? Can I do this? So Dr. Daphne just came to remind us all that with our skills and with our skill set and with our talents, we can do all things through Christ that strengthen us. There's always, we might be working on plan A, but there's always plan C, which is plan Christ. So I'm ready for my plan C. Dr. Daphne, are you ready
Yes,
for your plan C? I
yes,
think everybody out there is ready for plan C, which
yes.
is Christ, because we've been doing it our way for so long. Now it's time for us to really get out them jobs that we don't like and start doing what God has called us to do. And like she said, if you take a leap of faith, you better know where you're going to land. Okay. So I just want to thank everybody out there. Everybody's, like I said, especially the teachers. I give you honor on tonight. And I say, we appreciate you. We appreciate your sacrifice. And your sacrifice is not going unnoticed in heaven. So, Dr. Daphne, it was so fun. It was so fun being
I
with you
can't wait to come
tonight.
back, bring the girl with all the ladies back. The one of us connected is going to be a party in here.
Woo! They're not going to be able to handle that. They're not.
Oh no, of course not. To see a bunch of powerful leaders of African American women on a podcast getting along and being funny in court, yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
wonderful.
So, all right, ladies, I want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody that tuned in tonight to watch us on the Ruby Girl Talk. I want to thank my guest, Dr. Daphne, for taking the time and for pursuing me until I said, hey, all right, girl, let's connect. And I just love her. I totally love her. It's a great connection. Like I say, at the Sean Fair Leadership, it's something supernatural. Everybody you meet is like, you know them already, you know?
Right.
So, all right, ladies, I'm not going to keep you anymore. I want you to go out. I want you to share this interview. I want to thank you. We'll be back. I'll be back next week, Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. with another Ruby Girl Talk and somebody else from the Sean Fair Leadership Tour. So, hey, get excited. And
Yes,
remember,
thank you everybody. Thank you for having me.
yes, we're activating Plan C, which is Plan
And
Christ. All
Christ.
right. Have a good night. Thank you, doctor. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Thank you
you.
everybody. Bye-bye.
Let me see if I can get off of this now. I might not be able to. Yeah, because sometimes my computer freezes.
It says you sit live on Facebook and then yeah.
Yeah, I'm still live on Facebook, but that's okay, y'all. Maybe it's time for me to just keep talking to y'all while I try and log out here. But I'm stuck, y'all. I'm stuck. So I guess God said your plan C is to be on Facebook all night. No, Lord, let's negotiate that one.
We got a lot of work to do.
We do. We
Yeah,
do. We,
we
we,
got a lot
we
of work to
truly
do.
do. It's a
So.
lot of work. I found it. So, all right, y'all. Y'all have a great night. I'll talk to you next week.
All right.
See, this is what I'm talking about. All right, y'all. 1, 2, 3.